beep, boop, beep. Welcome to the show. Boop, 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 beep, boop, beep. It's Talk Comics to me now. I'm Champenstein.
And I am Heather Hatfield.
And we're here on a Wednesday again, so get used to it.
We're doing this for probably 4 more weeks, probably.
Who knows?
I don't even know how to count.
Yeah, it's chill. And we're here to talk about new comics. Before we start, I'm just going to, insert Champenstein in here. And I am going to first tell you, if you're from Omaha, you should try and check out Omaha Autonomous Action. They do a lot of good for the homeless community here in Omaha. They usually just ask for donations. They try to raise a certain amount of money. They go to the encampments every week or so and give out goods. They also just started a Patreon, and we'll put the link to their Instagram here in the information.
The comment section of this video.
And you can go check out their Instagram, see what they're all about, and, donate money if you have it, or whatever you have.
If not, donate your time.
Yeah, like we always say, learn about your communities and try to do the best you can for them.
You'll just feel like a good person.
And if you don't, whatever, at least
do it for purely selfish reasons. That's the best way to do anything is just do it for yourself. You'll feel good.
All right, let's go.
Okay, I'm going to start talking about things that actually matter. No, I meant that as in every comment that I make normally doesn't matter. That's what I meant, not a slide against Champ and what Champ just had to say. That matters. I don't normally, my opinions. Okay, this is Heart-Shaped Tears. This is Art Comics and Dirty Secrets by Abby James.
Right, that's what you just told me.
I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. I just assume that's what it was, like James without the S. James. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Okay, this is just a cute little book of sometimes singular page comics, poems, and stuff like that. Someone described it as if the cast of Clueless were aliens on drugs. That's what this is. This is a Silver Sprocket book, so Champ and I had to do it to you. I didn't
get a chance to read it yet.
But. Yeah. I love this book. They're just cute little phrases that I constantly have playing in my head all the time. Situations, scenarios that I find myself in my dreams. If I had a load of girlfriends, this is what they would be. This is cute. I really liked it. As with most Heart-Shaped Tears, Silver Sprocket feeling books that I've read before. This is a little bit pricier. I know money shouldn't matter in these sort of situations, but it's a little pricier than I normally do, which is why I had to share it with you today because I feel like it's worth every penny.
All right.
That was it.
That's cool. That's good.
Yeah. I was not disappointed in the slightest by it. I read it within 10 minutes because I am a quick reader as it is, but I didn't feel like I wasted my time. My God, I've just been doing so much talking the last 20 minutes that my body can't
handle it.
Okay, so then I have a lot of books today, so I'm going to be talking quite a bit. I have Luna. This is issue number 5. This is the last one of the series. This book was magnificent. The art especially for it. The story itself was, as with most Maria Lovett stories, it was real sexy and it was real culty and it was real what is going on kind of feelings. But the art, I can't even explain to you how good the art is. There is this page right here, blew my mind. You don't need to know anything about the story, just look how good that is.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
So beautiful. Basically, Luna discovers who she was in her past life and all of that. Helps her god husband who was in the cave.
Our God is an awesome God. I don't know anything besides that.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I don't even know. And I don't even know if that's how the tune goes.
You're asking the wrong person.
Okay, continue.
But yeah, she gets her and her god husband. They get their happily ever after, and it's just very rewarding to see, especially because she poisoned herself to get to where they needed to be, and he ended up saving her, so they saved each other. It was very cute. I'm so excited for every other Maria Lovett story to come out. That was Luna, by the way, in case you missed it.
All right, Patrick, we weren't talking about you, but we are now.
I'm always thinking about you.
I have now. This is volume 10. Yes, it's number 10.
Is that just for us that it's doing that?
Probably. I don't know.
Okay.
This is just a little comics anthology. It has a few page comics, and I just wanted to try this out. I was also very intrigued by the cover because it was really weird. And I am not disappointed. I'll probably add this. It's a little pricey. It's $12.99, but there are 108 pages. In this one, give me 1 second. 17 different stories or 17 different artists or creators. So I don't know if you like little short comics stuff. I think that would be something to check out. I grew up reading newspaper comics. Yeah, well,
Pearls Before Swine.
Just all of those, yes. Garfield, Peanuts. We can name all the comic strips we want.
Those are just my favorites.
Anyway, that's kind of how I got into comics anyway, I think, besides, all the other media, TV media stuff.
Everything else that you
the pop culture I just take in. But I there's something I miss about the quickness of those things, and even when you got those books full of the comics, it kind of reminds me of that in a different way, and I really like that, and I do think it's really cool that they include all of their social media stuff in there as well.
What is the one newspaper comic about the soldier? Doonesbury?
No, that's a...
No, but I know it was similar to that. I remember it was either before or after that one. In the scale of in the Lincoln Journal-Star.
We're in two different newspapers here.
I forget things are different in Lincoln. Everything's backwards.
I was what is it? Are you talking about the silly soldier guy or a
kind of the dumb one?
Oh god. Okay.
I used to read that one all the time because I used to think it was hilarious.
Yeah, no, I did too, and I wish I could remember. Okay, so if you remember, please let us know.
Let us know. This is going to bother me because I refuse to pick up a newspaper if it has Pete Ricketts in it. So
and we'll probably just Google it after this anyway. So
Sergeant Pepper's.
That's a restaurant.
Oh, that's not it.
Okay. Okay. Now we're going to talk about Save Yourself. We did not order or buy this book.
Neither one of us got this book. We both read it, though.
Yeah, we did read it off the wall, and I loved it.
It was really cute. I don't know if I like the story more or the art more. I just feel like the art was perfect for the story. Mm-hmm. I just liked how cute it was.
Yeah, no, that's, I think, what I really, really enjoyed about it. Once again, like I said to you, it was also very gay.
Oh, it's so gay.
So it was kind of one of those things where I was like, do I like this just because it's really cute and gay? But, you told me it was good.
Yeah, so, it was a very entertaining story.
But, the art and colors are really, what sold me on the book, I think, more than anything. And I really did enjoy the story. I really enjoyed the main character. I enjoyed the weirdness of what the story was.
What is the story?
It's just about now I can't even remember the main character's name, of course. Just a girl who...
Georgie? No, wait, that's in that Ice Planet Barbarians book that I'm reading.
Anyway.
My bad.
Our main character, she lives with her brother, it seems like.
Mm-hmm.
Sean. Well, remember his name. It's on her thing, too.
I know.
Is it Jerry?
I don't know.
Oh, God.
I don't know.
This is a curse. We're going to have to literally start writing these down.
Yeah.
We've been doing this for 3 years, and we've been talking about writing names down. We still haven't.
We'll be prepared at some point.
She is finally getting out into the world after losing her brother... her other brother, and she comes into a fight between basically giant magical girls.
Gay.
And it just kind of takes off from there. I don't want to ruin it because it's too good. And it's a lot of fun, like, just to kind of go... Because I did not remember what this list had said. And I was like, I just really like this cover. And Boombox books are usually a lot of fun. So I just, like, went in blind, and it was great.
I remember saying something about, like, what if these rock stars were also superheroes or something like that. I vaguely remember that because
it does have like pretty intense like gem vibes on the cover, but it's worth it. There's big ladies in there,
real big ladies.
So
it was
and if you know us, we love big ladies.
It's all ages appropriate.
Yeah, I suppose.
I mean, it can be.
Yeah.
I mean, that's always such a weird gray area for me because I would let my kids read anything.
Oh, yeah, no, I definitely would for sure. I just suppose it would depend on...
That's a good reason I don't have kids.
I mean, there's not, like... I mean, there is violence,
it's just gay.
I mean, there's violence. She does, like, absolutely, like, disappear and murder a man.
Oh, yeah, there's that. Yeah. I would still let my kids read it. I mean, they're going to be exposed to it at some point anyway. You might as well start when they're young and explain, like, this is okay because it's whatever.
You're speaking to the choir here. I don't disagree. I don't disagree. I mean, let your kids read whatever they want. I don't disagree. It could be, like, a kid's book, not necessarily, like, I would say just, like, reading-wise, like, 8 and up.
That's fair. That's a fair age. That's good. So it's not all ages appropriate. It's 8 and up ages appropriate. But
neither one of us have children. We won't know.
No, my mom put no restrictions on me when it came to reading. So I was reading real smutty stuff when I was younger, not knowing what it was. It just had nice pictures of a handsome man on it.
Go talk about your next book. Talk about Loki.
Okay. This is Jim Henson's The Storyteller Tricksters. This is issue number 4. This is the last one of this series. This one is just about Loki. I'm not gonna lie, this is the whole reason I got the Tricksters series, but I ended up getting all the issues because each one is different, and I do like these stories a lot. The art in this...
Oh my god, I love that.
It's so cute. It's just about the story of Thor losing his hammer, so Loki strikes a bargain with Freya. He borrows her cloak, goes to try to find it, runs into the giants, and the giants are like, hey, we'll give you the hammer back, but we want to marry Freya. That's what it is. So Loki convinces Thor to dress up as Freya and takes him there, and they get his hammer back, and it's like this whole thing. It's one of my favorite stories.
It's such a good story.
Yeah, it's just really good because both him and Loki dress up as women to go to these giants. They eat a bunch of food, get the hammer back, cause mayhem. It's beautiful, but the art in these books it's just been so delightful. That's him as Freya.
Yeah, that's good.
It's just a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this. And of all the Loki stories that they could have picked, I'm glad it was this one because I could just go on forever about how good it is, but I won't because I have another Loki story to talk about. This is the Mighty Valkyries. It's not just Loki. There's a lot going on in this.
I mean, Loki is on the cover.
Mm-hmm. Doing his thing. This is issue number 3 of the Mighty Valkyries. Okay, so Jane Foster is fighting with Kraven. Meanwhile, in Hell, Carmilla is raising... Sorry, I pronounced that wrong. I keep saying Carmilla because it sounds like caramel to me, and in my head it's funny, but her real name, it's Carnilla. My bad. That was like an inside joke for myself, and I just keep saying it out loud. She is in Hell. She is raising triplets, teaching them magic, teaching them how to exist. She strikes a bargain with Loki. He has to do... I don't want to spoil too much because it's actually a really good story, and I want everyone to read it. She strikes a bargain with Loki where he has to obtain an item for her, and... when he brings it back, she uses the item to tie Jane Foster to these children so that they will be protected forever. There's a lot more stuff that goes on with that, but then the new Valkyrie, Runa, she is the one who frees the Oracle from the fighting I don't know, the Colosseum, who has been like a prisoner there for a very, very long time. So she frees him and takes him home, and some things happen there. I don't know. I just really, really like this. I think the art, the fact that it's done by 2 different people and for the 2 different storylines that are going on here is just really cool. Hela is in this, and she is fantastic. So good. But then when Jane Foster goes back to her human life, there's some wild stuff that happens that has to do with the 3 kids that Carnilla's raising. So there's a lot going on in this story, but it's all tied together, and I just think it's really cool.
Patrick asked you if you have a thing for Loki.
No, Thor.
All right, on that note, I am going to talk about the House of Lost Horizons. This is issue number 2. Lady detective story with a little bit of ghosts.
Ghosts.
Or spirits. One of those.
Too many spirits.
I mean, but probably, I don't know if it's going to be a Scooby-Doo situation since this is based in the Hellboy universe. And they're dealing with a lot of occult objects, so I assume it's actually going to be an occult, based thing.
What was the Batman and Scooby-Doo thing that you got mixed up? Scooby-Man.
Scooby-Man, yeah. So yeah, I really like this book. You don't have to know anything about the Hellboy universe or this Sarah Jewell character. It's just, you can kind of hop in and,
it's just a cute little story.
Yeah, do a cute little story based in the 1920s. Just, it's fun. Art's good.
Nice.
I don't have any bad things to really say about it.
It's a limited, right? It's 5?
Yeah, it's 5. 5. And it's just, I like how it's unfolding itself.
Is it Clue still?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
It feels like it's just the way the characters are, because you have just those very, specific mystery characters.
Right.
So.
Okay, cool.
I'm
glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah, I mean, you know me.
Oh, I do know you. You love mysteries.
I do. This is Norse Mythology. This is a nice little tale that Neil Gaiman spun from the Norse.
Yeah, I guess that's one way of putting it.
This is the second part of these stories. This is a murder story.
Yes, this is about Kvasir.
Go ahead.
Oh, I don't know what else to say. It's basically don't trust dwarves.
Yeah, or Odin.
Or Odin, yeah. I could have told you that. Don't trust anything. I don't even want to talk about Odin.
I mean, he
makes me sick.
He is a king.
He is, yes.
So, and if we've learned anything about kings in history, life, not good.
Yeah, so basically this is about a couple dwarves who get a taste of real power and are become addicted and can't stop, so Odin has to put his foot down.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't like Odin.
All right. Like him. It's your turn again.
You can suck it. Okay, I have Freaks Now. I just picked this one up today because I just kind of flipped through it and it looked very interesting. So this is about a man named Benny. You know I'm terrible with names. Hold on. I'm not going to find it anywhere. Bernie. Okay, this is about a man named Bernie who lives in Antarctica, some frozen wasteland. I don't know. And he creates this drug, more of an alcohol, I would say, that messes with his mind a whole lot. His wife and his daughter have died, but he can't remember how they died or if someone killed them, any of that. He just knows that they're dead. So in his head, he creates this way of getting revenge. I don't know. It's very strange. It's very hard to explain, but he created this own club, founder, whatever, called SDFP. It's the Super Defensive Female People. So all he wants to do is protect the women of the world. And that's his main goal. So when he gets into this state, he's like, oh, we got to save all these women because they need me. It's so weird. But I surprisingly enjoyed this quite a bit because it's just one man who's lost in his head who thinks he's doing way better than he actually is.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, the art was really cool. Like, I love the small things that are happening in here. Like, when he's talking to himself, the letters, it's all handwritten, but when the robot in the room is talking to him, it's like typed out, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
But there's also like a narrator who's also trying to give you like a background of who Bernie is and how he came to this position that he's in and stuff. I don't know. I picked this one up on a whim and I just added it to my poll because I ended up liking it a whole lot. I think the reason I didn't originally was because it was a Behemoth book.
Yeah.
And those always are kind of like, not necessarily hit or miss, but they'll give me the first issue and then the second one will never come out and then they'll give me the third one and I'm like, well, how am I going to continue this? I never got the second issue. I have no idea what's going on. Decided to give this a chance and I'm glad that I did. And then this is just a little quick one because I didn't read this. This is Resonant, issue number 10. I forgot that I had this until like 30 minutes ago, so I didn't have a chance to read this. All I know is it's post-apocalyptic and the kids are surviving on their own. And the dad is banging his beautiful girlfriend. That's it.
Sounds like a bad parent.
Well, he left originally to go get medicine.
No, I remember.
But he got distracted by the pussy.
As you do.
Yeah, I saw, that's a bad parent, but he deserves some time to himself, too. Okay. I'm not a mother. I don't know how it works.
On that note, I'm just going to talk about Home. This is issue number 3. This is just about a young boy who has been torn away from his mother at the border. He finds out he has powers, and he is saved by his aunt after like escaping because the police are looking out for him. And she is like, I'll show you how to use your powers.
Is that AOC?
No.
Oh, okay.
You cannot. You're not allowed anymore.
I got just a quick glance there, and I was like, "What is that? Like the cover of Bliss?"
All right, I guess I'm done.
Are you enjoying it? Like,
yeah,
is he able to? Because I know in the second issue you said that it doesn't really explain much about his powers.
I mean, it goes into it a little bit, but like she's basically trying to teach him how to use his powers so he can figure out, and somebody calls the cops on them. So
does she have powers?
Yes.
Is it hereditary?
That's what it seems like.
Interesting.
So yeah, it's just it's a pretty emotional book just because it is all about, a family getting separated at the border and just all of that in general. And then it just has this other weird, like, it has like a weird almost clashingness to it with like the superpower thing. Because it's like I get what's happening and what's being said, but I don't know. The lens is strange. Like, I enjoy the book itself. I enjoy what it's saying. But it's also just like, okay, I guess I needed to expand more.
Where's Mom?
She had to go back to Guatemala. So when they got split up, she ended up getting sent back.
Oh,
So yeah, I'm saying there's.
So she has no idea where her son is.
No, she does.
Oh, she does now.
Like, in this issue, like she calls home she calls the aunt and is like, "You need to look for Juan," and the aunt's like, "Oh, he's here with me." So
okay, cool.
So,
I'm cool as in like what an interesting development in the story.
Yeah.
Not cool that they're separated. And
no. I do understand that, but yeah, I do enjoy it. I think it's a good read. Yeah.
Okay.
Serious and not serious.
Let's get silly.
Okay. This is Silver Coin. This is issue number, what?
3?
4? 3?
3.
I'm all thrown
It's called Death Rattle.
And this is, the Silver Coin series is, once again, different writers each issue, but the same artist. And this one is Brisson and Michael Walsh. I'm just murdering words right now. And the silver coin is kind of just a thing that gets passed from person to person. It kind of drives them mad.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is about a group who robs a fireman, and things go sideways.
As always.
Yeah.
Anytime you try to rob a fireman, that's always what happens. Just backfires on you.
And then the silver coin gets involved. Yeah, this is honestly...
I love this series.
Yeah, I say it's one of my favorite things on the shelf right now, just because I do like each issue. I like how different they are. I like all of the like authors that have been on it, and Michael Walsh, just his art is so good, and it fits like
it's eerie.
I say it fits all of the tones. Like, you know, all of the stories have been different. The art has been different in its own ways each time, but all of this like all the same.
It all ties, which I think is, I don't know, complicated when it comes to anthologies where someone different is writing every issue. But I think with the same artist, it really pulls it all together, because I feel like if they had a different artist and a writer on each issue, it might not be as cohesive.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. It's a lot of fun. I'm really glad that they're, like I told you earlier, I'm really glad they're going to keep doing these. Like,
short and sweet, and just like everything that you want from it.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. I feel like I would absolutely watch this as a show.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
Each one of these have been so good.
We should act these out.
Absolutely not. All right, well, stay tuned for some time where we act out every issue of Silver Coin.
I can do it, don't worry.
It'll be a one-man show. Okay, so now we have Stillwater. This is issue number 8.
Number 8.
Just continuing the little...
You get a little background of their sheriff here.
Yeah, and things don't go her way.
No, definitely not. But I like that you got this look into her past, because I didn't like this woman.
I still don't like this.
I mean, that's I don't like her either. But it was.
I guess I have a full picture. But I was like,
it was interesting
you
to
suck.
see. Yeah, you've had so much time to like fix yourself, and you just don't. It was just interesting to see like why she is the way that she is, and I understand her a bit better more. I don't like her, but I would probably be that bitter too.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean,
I would have gotten over it after like however many years I lived in Stillwater and didn't die. I'd be like, you know what? I'm a new person now.
If you've never read Stillwater, just about a town that can't die. It's a really good horror story. I do like the way the story is just like built itself. I do like how it's continuing. It's just hard to like talk about without ruining like every aspect of the book.
Especially since it's 8 issues in, and like the first story arc is kind of an introduction on what this kid is doing there, and everything else is just like people who you've already been introduced to earlier in the series, and like their background and how they play.
Yeah, and especially since the first part of the story does just like build the town and like everything that's happened. So yeah, it's a really good horror story. It has really great art. I do enjoy like the art and colors a lot in this book. So.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's nice. Okay, I'm gonna keep talking if that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm here for it.
Nottingham. This is issue number 4. I don't want to spoil too much of this because this issue was fantastic, but they're getting closer to figuring out who's doing all this stuff.
Okay,
and
you should leave that for me because I still have to read the third one, and I'll read the 3rd and 4th.
There's a big battle. Some things are discovered. Some people get killed. I really enjoy this story, and I don't know what I was expecting from it when I picked up that first issue. I'm glad that I added it, though, like knowing myself, I'd be like, yeah, okay, you'll love this story. It's great.
I was the fool who doubted myself.
You fool. I also read today, I completely forgot about it, Seven Swords. It's a little swashbuckling tale about the 3 musketeers and other people from that same era. It was actually quite a bit of fun. I was like just fixing the wall, and I was like, you know what? I've got 10 minutes. I'm going to read this real quick. It's weird because there's a lot of like back and forth between like countries and then between certain people, but there's a lot of stabbing and a lot of backstabbing. And I don't know. It was, if you like pirates, that it's cool because there's a lot of that kind of stuff. But anyway, This is Marion. This is Iron Shadows in the Moon, issue number 3. Conan gets freed by his little lady, and they take to the high seas together. That's it.
Okay.
There's really not a lot to tell in here. It was very sweet, I guess, how she had to save him, even though she's scared of everything. I thought that was really cool.
Oh.
We both had the same reaction.
She has no crotch.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a Barbie doll.
Okay.
Anyway, the story, like the actual chapter of the story that is written in the back by Robert E. Howard about this issue was really well written. I really enjoyed it. I feel like I need to go back and read like all of his like Conan actual books, because every one that I've read at the end of these issues I've enjoyed so much.
All right.
That's cool.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. It's good. All right. I have Time Before Time.
Time before time.
Time travel story. And our main character, he works for a syndicate. He gets hijacked by this FBI agent. They end up going back in time, and they encounter like the syndicate's enemies, arch enemies.
Yeah, but is it like dark kind of good?
No. Nothing is time traveling is as good as dark.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Have you seen The Butterfly Effect? What about Donnie Darko?
You have made me watch both those movies. I do like this. I like the art a lot. The story is it's good, but I just don't know.
Is it lacking something?
Yeah, it's lacking something, but I don't know if it's like the story itself or if it's just one of those things where I've read so much time travel stuff. I was like, okay, maybe this wasn't my best choice.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's backstabbing in here, of course, because it's two, like, time mobs, fighting against each other.
Time mobs?
I just made that up on the spot. I don't know if that is even the right way.
We're changing Talk Comics to time mobs. Just, you heard it here first. We're no longer 9 panels or Talk Comics to me. We are time mobs. I love that the most. Okay.
I mean, we have done several time travel, videos. So,
yeah.
Anyway, enjoyable book. Once again, I'm on the fence about it still, but it's not bad.
Okay.
Time mobs.
Time mobs.
All right, we have 7 Secrets. This is issue number 9. We're just chugging along.
My boyfriend Amon here is, he's overthrowing some lords. And there's secrets that are being kept still, and they're being kept safe. And some weird revelations. The one at the end, that was like a weird one.
Why am I forgetting this? I read this the other day.
Love you, Patrick.
Hi.
The last page.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I sat at the last page. I don't know why I forgot about this, because I sat with this for like a minute, and I was just like, what?
That's why I just couldn't forget about it. Cause
What? I think I did because I read a bunch of books today, but yeah, no, I also felt the same. Because her reaction was also how I felt. So
yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. Maybe it's just like a twin. Is it a twin situation?
Ooh, I didn't think about that.
Is it a clone?
Ooh, there's so many possibilities. I didn't think about either of those.
Is it a time travel situation?
Oh! It could be anything.
Yeah, the possibilities are endless, and I just thought about all of those.
Dang. Or maybe
on the fly, my brain.
Number 1 was a decoy. It was mashed potatoes wrapped in a flesh suit. Something weird like that.
We'll have to go back and read that issue just to check.
Yeah. They'll probably explain it in the next one, like what happened.
He was actually a bag of mashed potatoes. Nobody noticed.
Those bag of instant taties that you just put water in. We just filled up a bunch of those and put it in a trash bag.
Smell bad, too.
There's just a box of mashed potatoes.
Tom Taylor, get at us. I know you're watching this. Let us know if it was a bag of mashed potatoes.
You can do anything with mashed potatoes.
We promise
creativity.
We promise we won't tell. We promise we won't ruin this next month.
Just let us know. Let us know it was the potatoes. But was it garlic mashed potatoes? That's how they were able to keep the smell.
All right, we gotta go. Not actually, we gotta go on. This is The Many Deaths of Layla Starr. This is issue number 3. Fuck, dude. I love this series so much. The colors, the art. Fuck me. It's insane. This story is told, or this issue is told from the perspective of her cigarette, of Layla's cigarette, and just following her around at a party, and it's so glorious.
Yeah, the way that this story is told is very interesting because it's obviously the many deaths. Each issue is like her dying, but it's like the story leading up to that specific death, which I thought was a very interesting take on it because it does remind me in that sense of a Day Tripper.
Yeah,
I was like, why can I never remember what that's called? But I just think, this issue in particular, the way that the story is told was so cool.
Yeah, no, the narration is really, really good. And I do like how each issue has been narrated by somebody, like, something different. Mm-hmm. And I did love, I love the bubbles in this. That was so fucking cool. Mm-hmm. Like, the word bubbles kind of are, like, smoky since it, like, is the cigarette narrating it, and just I did weep a little bit during this book just because I'm a huge baby, but it made me just like love my friends, and I think this book has a lot to say about like death and grief and life and like everything in between and what it can mean and what it does. And as somebody who like has lost a lot of people, especially really early on in my life, it's like I have such a weird look on death, and this has been a really interesting way for me to kind of like open up and be like, yeah, these are these feelings. Like, now I understand a little bit like deeper, and you know, granted, this is just like Ram V narrating a story, but I think there's something very, very real about what he's saying and the way he's saying it, and I don't know, grateful for it because it makes me feel a lot of emotions.
You know what I thought was pretty peculiar? We've said interesting so many times. I was trying to think of
that was a good
word.
one.
When we were reading Day Tripper, the one story that got you the most was the best friend one. Mm-hmm. The one that got me the most was the husband one.
Yeah.
And here, the part that got you the most was the friend part. The one that got me was his first broken heart.
Yeah. Yeah, it is true.
Don't ever listen to me when I say I don't believe in love. I'm a sucker for love.
You love love stories.
I love love stories. It's the most wildly inaccurate thing about me.
But yeah, I could not suggest this book enough to people because it's very beautiful. I think it is easily read month to month, which sometimes with books like this, it could be a little bit harder, but just the flow of it is so easy. And like I said, the art and the colors and obviously the lettering just all fit together in such a way where I'm so hyped for this book every like week, and I know it's going to end, or every month, and I know it's going to end, but
don't want it to.
I don't want it to, but I know it has to. Just like I know it has to end.
Yeah, I mean, realistically it does, but if you take into consideration how long people live.
I mean, she's been pretty like...
And she gets many deaths.
I mean, just because life needs the balance.
Because life can't exist without death and vice versa, and I think that's the most beautiful love story.
Yeah, no, I like that, like, woven into there.
Yeah, I thought that was just very sweet. Mm-hmm. The way that he says it so, like, I don't know, calm.
I was gonna say casually, yeah.
Yeah, it was just an obvious. It's just a statement, a matter of truth. He's just like, I can't exist without you. Like, you could take that as like a literal thing, like life and death can't exist without each other, or you can take it in the romantic way where it's like, oh, I can't live without you either. It's just very good.
Yeah.
It's very well written.
So, yeah. All right, so let's move on.
Wait, I have
this. Fuck. I forgot
I don't have to talk about it, though. I have this. I have Heroes Reborn, Weapon X, and Final Flight, issue number 1. I don't know why I got this. I have not read this yet because I had way too much going on today, and I could not concentrate, especially after reading all of my other X books. So those are what we're going to talk about next. Next.
All right, so now we do have Planet-Size XMen. This is a book we read.
Yeah, I don't really have much to say about it, and not because I didn't enjoy it. I just don't feel like there is much to say about it. There's a planet that is being made.
Yeah, I think there's like aspects of it that the art is great. I will say that
of
the
course.
art is just so glorious in this book.
That is something that we can discuss. There were some weird things that happen in here.
And I will say there is an Axolotl, the mutant, that's in here. I love him. He's wonderful. He has an ocean in his body. It's great. Anyway,
if you think about it, we all have oceans in our bodies.
Oh, Jesus Christ. But yeah, they make a planet, and I just...
Well, it's a weird thing, because the planet already exists.
Yeah, I guess they
just make it habitable.
They terraform a planet.
There it is.
There's something about it. I feel like it felt like they were segregating the Echo people.
A little bit. That is what it felt like. And although, did they make that choice on their own because they didn't want to live? They
all kind of made it together. But it also just felt like Captain America was like, they gotta go somewhere else. They were like, oh, we got just the idea. Let's send them to Mars.
Because there's too many mutants on this planet. We can't deal with anymore.
But yeah, it was all right. I was kind of disappointed in it. Like, I enjoyed it, but I also didn't enjoy it very much. And then there is a really weird scene where Jamie becomes pregnant and gives birth. It's
the scene where they go into his head, though, where Jean's in his head. This page,
yeah,
it looks beautiful.
It looks real great. Yeah, it's gorgeous. It's just it's in bad taste. It was weird. It made me, like I said to you, kind of felt like strangely like rapey, and then it was supposed to be just like a funny joke, like, yeah, a man's pregnant. It's just like, okay.
Yeah, and how, like, I just don't feel like he would be okay with that, the way they made him seem like he was okay with that. Yeah, it was like
a chuckle joke.
Based off of what we know about him, it just does not... I could not see him being like, guess you gotta buy me dinner now. No.
Yeah.
He would probably just murder you.
It was, it wasn't a bad book. It was just not necessarily my favorite. Mm-hmm. I suppose, like we said earlier, you could just tell that it was not written by Hickman, which is, like, a nice thing about all of those giant size and stuff, so.
It was necessary, while also at the same time not being necessarily that long.
Yeah. I think
that much. I just didn't... It was a thing. We read it.
We did read it. All right, so now we got New Mutants.
Do you see? This is New Mutants.
It was damaged, so this is our copy of New Mutants we read. It just kind of followed Warlock as he had to, like, travel the gala and feel his feelings about, like, where he was in Doug's life.
While watching Doug with his new wife.
But then there's also, I guess within New Mutants storyline, there is, like, other things happening. So Gabby has been missing this whole gala, and they're looking for her, and there is stuff that is happening there.
Right. See, I forgot about that. Since I don't have it in front of me, I can't, like, flip through it, and I completely forgot that it happened. So yeah, that's the thing that happens in New Mutants.
Yeah, so that was, like, weird too, because, like, having it in the gala issue, you're just like, are they going to talk about this anywhere else? Because I don't have time for New Mutants right now, unfortunately.
I don't have time for half of these books. I only got them because of the gala. I just needed to see everyone's outfits.
And then we have XCorp. This is issue number 2. Heather read this because of, the gala.
This was a lot. This was so much. I couldn't even read the first issue of XCorp, and then I'm reading this one, and I don't... I have no idea what's going on. This was a lot of pharmaceutical talk, and I didn't understand a word of it.
It's business, bitch.
It is business, bitch.
And it's one of those things, too, where, I mean, I guess they're beating up Nazis here. That was nice.
Yeah, I love watching a Nazi get hit. That's pretty cool. But yeah, there's meetings, there's business deals being made.
There's backstabbing.
There's backstabbing, as with any X book. There's always backstabbing in some way or another. But yeah, this just like with the other two books today, it was just a thing. It was a thing that we read, and it was part of the Hellfire Gala, so we read it. I don't want to say anything bad because it wasn't bad.
Yeah, no, it wasn't bad. It's just like, if you get yourself into XCorp for any reason, just be ready for just like...
It's dense.
A very dense book. Like, once again, I say it's business, bitch, as a joke, but it is literally just like dense pharmaceutical business talk and like corporate jargon of taking over shit. And you're just like, okay.
It's a lot.
It's like, I enjoy you, but why? I hate jobs. I hate corporations.
I hate business meetings.
Why am I getting a book called XCorp? It's right in the title.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. But these David Aja covers are
beautiful.
So good. So that's why. Mama didn't raise no fool.
What can I say? Is that a Bob Dylan song?
You're asking the wrong dude here.
Yeah. I didn't know either.
So we did it.
That's
it. That's it. That's New Comic Book Day. So... As always, support your friends, support your local libraries. If you're from Omaha, once again, go help out Omaha Autonomous Action and our local homeless community. You know, do what you can for others. Heather?
If you go to an event and then later post about it saying that, you know, you went even though there's tons of people there that hate you, rethink your life because chances are they don't think about you. Love your friends. Love everyone.
All right, we'll see you on the flippity flip on that note.